This is the game a lot of people have been wanting to see because you got some high D1 players. Nick Smith going to Arkansas, Kalel Ware going to Oregon. Don't sleep on Corey Washington. He's a good player, too. North Little Rock loaded, #1 in the state all year long, #1 in 6A. And Bentonville, kind of the surprise, one of the biggest surprises of the tournament for them to be here.
And not that they're here, it's how they played to get here. They played in dominant fashion. All 3 wins last week at the 6A state tournament at Little Rock Southwest by 20 points or more. 89 points against Conway. Fayetteville, who beat them twice in the regular season, the conference champion from the West. Bentonville goes out and beats them by 20. They're playing as hot as anybody into the state, not named Jonesboro, not named North Little Rock.
It's just one of those occasions where they're playing their best basketball at the right time.
I think it's honestly, they were a little disappointing during the regular season. This is the same team that went undefeated in conference play last year and was expected to make a run to the state finals. Didn't play as well after Christmas this year as they had hoped. Seems like they're putting it all together, and this is the Bentonville Tiger team that a lot of people expected to see.
See Johnny Rice there for North Little Rock, 5 state titles in 10 years. We can take a look at some of our key players. And, of course, when you talk about North Little Rock, you know you're going to start with Nick Smith.
What can you say that hasn't already been said about the All-American and the Naismith Award winner, finalist? Talk about the National Player of the Year. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and he's just got a gear that not every high school player has. Most college players don't have the gear. When he decides to put his head down, ball on the floor, he's getting to the rim, and there's really nobody in the country that I've seen up to this point that can stop him.
Motivated, too. Yeah. He's done a lot of things, and Coach Rice pointed it out. There's one thing he hasn't done, win a state championship.
He's got a chance to do it, and obviously North Little Rock, a loaded team. But if he comes out and shoots the ball well, North Little Rock's near impossible to beat.
All right, over for Bentonville, some of the key players, and one of the biggest players to watch tonight,
Jalen Lee.
We're going to keep an eye on Jalen Lee.
13 points, 4 assists, an elite defender. His quickness is going to allow him to keep up with Nick Smith. Now, maybe not the tallest guy. He's listed at 6'2", maybe a little generous there. How does he match up with the size of North Little Rock? Quickness is going to be there. Can he play aggressive? Can he stay out of foul trouble? But what he can do on the offensive end, he likes to attack the basket and able to lob it up for the big 6'9" Caden Miller.
Let's a good look at Corey Washington, #2. Corey is one of those players that's getting interest late in the season. More and more people are finding out about Corey Washington. Abel Hutchinson, also a starter for Bentonville, and that name's very familiar, and it should be very familiar to sports fans around Arkansas, and, well, everybody in Arkansas. His grandfather's the governor, Asa Hutchinson.
And Corey Washington's one of those players that's really overlooked and not forgotten, but certainly not talked about enough. You put him on any other roster in the state, maybe he's the superstar. 6'7" forward, getting some looks from college. With the fact that he's behind Ware and Smith, maybe he doesn't get the number of touches that he would elsewhere. Anytime that's your #3 player, it means you've got a pretty talented and deep roster.
Then we got a good look at Ty Frederick for North Little Rock. He gets open looks, and he can knock those down. He's a good 3-point shooter. With teams concentrating so much inside, outside on Ware and Smith, he's going to get some open looks, and if he knocks them down, watch out.
Tyler Frederick and Charles Morris are 2 guys that are really dangerous shooters from the outside. If they get it going, and that opens up things inside for Ware, maybe opens the drive lanes for Nick Smith, that's when you can watch this team go off and score 90.
We are all set. That's your starting lineups for these 2 teams. North Little Rock, as I said, #1 in 6A, #1 overall. Though there's some folks in Jonesboro that want to
recount.
Yeah, they say, well, we need a vote in that also. North Little Rock got here by beating Springdale 85-40. A little closer game against Little Rock Central. That final was 58-38. They played Central already twice this year. One of them was an epic game that went to overtime in North Little Rock. One of the best games of the season, honestly, and Nick Smith, who's walking over towards us, he hit a tying basket right as the game was set to go. He sent it to overtime, and then he won it in overtime with a big-time basket.
Well, this is going to be a good one. And maybe the matchup in the ring right now as Ware and Miller tip it off. Watch the 2 bigs inside go to battle.
North Little Rock. Smith looking to go, 15-footer off the back of the rim. Good strong rebound there from Caden Miller.
Averages 12.5 rebounds per contest. Had 20 in one game in the state tournament.
Deep three from Bentonville, and that's what's been the story for them in the state tournament. Harrison Hicks knocks it down.
Yeah, if Hicks gets it warm from the outside as Washington tees up a mid-range. Hicks hit 7 threes in that opening round victory over Conway.
Someone asked me, is there any way Bentonville can win this game? It's like, yeah, if North Little Rock comes out a little tight, all the pressure's on them, and they don't shoot the ball well, and Bentonville all of a sudden gets out to a big lead, and things tighten up. Yeah, it's possible. This is basketball. Anything can happen.
Yeah, Bentonville, the way they shoot the basketball, 89 points in that opening round victory against Conway. And sure, that's a 3 get to 6, a game they're supposed to win. High school teams don't score 89 every night. So that they've got some shooters, they've got skill. If North Little Rock allows them to hang around or get out to a hot start like they are, they're going to have their hands full.
Bentonville 6-0 lead cut in half just like that. Charles Maris knocks it down.
Big shot for Maris to stop the bleeding early, get the crowd involved.
Nick Smith face guarding Jalen Lee. That's one thing Coach Rice told us earlier. Nick Smith's going to lock down. He's going to play defense. He has really changed and matured as a defender over the year, over the season. He takes pride in defense.
Big strong rebound for Ware there as well.
Washington gets his own rebound, goes back up with it, still fighting for it, kicks it back out to Maris for 3. Too strong. Here comes Bentonville with it. Lee up, alley-oop, too much on it.
Yeah, just tried to do too much there. He had Miller, but if he just slows it down and makes the good crisp pass and easy lay-in, but they went for the highlight reel alley-oop and turned it over.
First turnover of the game. Smith brings it down. Gets a screen from Washington. Smith going to work. Frederick in the corner. Smith gets a screen. Little 17-footer good.
Nice job to come off the screen, knock down the mid-range jumper. That's when he's so effective, Wes, because he can pull up and knock down the jumper, and you got to respect the drive, and so he's going to get space in the mid-range.
Just so hard to stop that. He's going to pull up from 17 feet, and as high as he jumps, you're not going to block it. Good job from Bentonville to respond. Hayden Shanks with it.
Yep, Shanks already with a couple of buckets. You can see that he didn't attack the basket. He settled for the 6 to 8 footer, and that's the impact that Khalil Ware has inside.
Smith all the way to the basket, draws a contact, and gets it. That's the strength right there.
That's the difference between really good players and great players at the high school level. Most players are falling down, nowhere able to get that shot off. But Nick Smith is strong enough to muscle it off the window, control his body, and chance to convert the three-point play.
Calling the Hogs here already. Smith free throw was good. All tied up after that quick Bentonville start. North Little Rock rallies. Sergeant Wildcats playing man-to-man. Smith on Lee. A little contact on the drive. Basket will not count.
Hand check there on Tyler Frederick.
The third foul call to the game. Our referee tonight is Ryan Marsh. Our officials Corey Peters and Tommy Kraft. Walk, what do they call? What do they call the foul on?
It's a foul, Maris. I think Harrison Hicks thought he traveled. He was about to jog back the other direction.
Lee gets off the jump shot, no good. Another rebound from Ware. Smith running. Smith wanting to attack. Ware for 3.
That's an element you don't see many 7-footers have, but Ware can step out there and he can knock it down consistently.
Good hustle play. That was Hutchinson with it. Lee looking for the screen. He gets it. Not ready to pull the trigger just yet. We'll get Smith on the foul that time.
Strong drive there by Abel Hutchinson, 6'4" senior. Averages 10 points, 5 rebounds. Strong take, the way to get himself to the bucket, to the foul line.
It's an aggressive move to the basket. It's a good look at it.
You know, Bentonville has good size. They're not going to back away from Ware inside because they're used to going against the same thing in practice in Miller. You know, height and length is one thing you can't simulate. But when you've got 6'9" and long arms on your own team, you can prepare yourself a little more for Ware. Obviously not to the same talent level, but you can simulate it with just a touch.
The foul was on Corey Washington, not Nick Smith. Bentonville takes a 1-point lead. We're about halfway through the first quarter. Washington kind of unguarded. His defender's thinking way off. Harris again from the corner, short.
Miller with another board. 3 rebounds already for Miller.
There's Ware with the block.
Averages 6 rejections a game is Khalil Ware.
Short. Get the feel, neither one of the teams are really settled in yet. Almost like a feeling out process.
The first
drive to the basket, and all of a sudden, there's Ware. I can't shoot that.
We'll see if the first media timeout here helps these two teams settle down.
We'll take this break with them. Bentonville leads it 9-8. You are watching the Centennial Bank State Championship games on Arkansas PBS Sports.
It's natural to be concerned with our kids' safety, but when they're riding the school bus, we shouldn't have to be. Illegally passing a school bus puts our children's lives at risk. That's why Everett is joining area schools to promote the Flashing Red Kids Ahead safety program. School bus safety is everyone's responsibility. Do your part. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. Remember, flashing red, kids ahead.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app.
One of the largest eruptions in the last 10,000 years.
No one knew the source.
Where was the culprit? It unites a great continent, attracts an incredible diversity of wildlife.
I don't know why I smelled it. Wow.
It's astounding that this has survived at all.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS video app.
Did you know fans can see the live game stats even before we do? It's easy. All you got to do is download the Arkansas PBS Engage app, get all the numbers live during the game.
Big thanks to Troy Mitchell, too. He helps make that possible. We get these live stats. We get to pass those live stats on to you. It's so beneficial. Thanks, Troy.
It's life easy on us.
Lee with it. He gets a screen. Ware coming over. Look at that teardrop over Ware.
Well, he's so good at creating space for himself. Stands just 6'2", but easy. Nice little floater there. It's on the board.
He threw that up. It's almost as high as the backboard to get that over Ware.
Nice job to get it to Washington.
That's playing together for a long time right there. Nick Smith, Corey Washington. Washington catches it and just flips it in midair. Good hands from Smith. Reaches around, knocks it away.
Shot clock never started.
Happened twice in the last game. We're having issues with the shot clock.
I'll take 2 issues a game opposed to not having a shot clock at all.
Oh, no. This is so fantastic. There were a couple times during that girls game, the 6A girls game, I was like, that is just, this is the way basketball is supposed to be played. Even when North Little Rock grabbed the huge lead, they could have pulled it. I don't think anybody wants to see that. They want to see, go run your offense. Yeah, you can work the clock and bleed it a little bit, but no. North Little Rock misses another 3. They're 1 for 6 from the 3-point line.
They're daring Maris to shoot it.
North Little Rock fans wanted to walk. No travel called on Hutchinson. Lee with it. He'll pull the trigger from deep. In and out. Nick Smith comes away with the board.
North Little Rock went under the screen, so Lee just pulled the trigger from deep.
Smith, a little hesitation move. The floater misses, but he gets his own rebound and puts it in.
Miller mistimed the rebound, mistimed his jump. Allowed Smith to get the easy rebound and put back.
Smith with 7 points now. Lee with it. He'll pull up, hit a three. Nope. Smith with another rebound.
Those are the looks you want if you're Bentonville. It's not going down yet for Jalen Lee.
Smith misses Washington, but Ware's there for the miscue, the loose ball, and puts it in.
Ware hasn't gotten many touches down low for his first bucket. I feel like anytime North Little Rock needs a quick score, they've got that option.
Side step three comes up short. North Little Rock gets the offensive rebound. North Little Rock's been rebounding the ball well. Smith will pull for three off the back of the rim. We have heard Smith. He clapped his hands right in front of us. He felt like he had that one.
That was an open look.
Yep.
One he's expecting to knock down.
Hutchinson, curl, no good. Smith with it. Look ahead. North Little Rock going to be called for the walk.
Just took an extra step.
Miller thought he had it. I'm sorry, Wade thought he had it. North Little Rock fans looking across, they're just waving their arms in disgust. Like, you got to be kidding me. So is Coach Rice. What? Three steps. You just told Coach Rice, 3 steps.
You can get away with that in the NBA, not so much at the 6A state finals in Arkansas.
Lee being aggressive, 15-footer, jump shot off the left side. Good rebound. Can't put it back in.
Yeah, you'd like to see Miller come down with that rebound and go back up strong instead of trying a second chance while midair.
That's probably because of Ware, don't you think?
It's got to be. Anytime you've got 7 feet across from you, it's going to make you second guess and try to do things you don't normally do. And Nick Smith headed to the foul line.
Nick Smith headed back to the free throw line. 1 for 1 so far tonight. 2 for 2. Replay of Smith going strong to the basket. You see, got hit really on the biceps. Got him low trying to block that shot. Smith, as you imagine, is a good free throw shooter. 26.5 points per game. He's going to come out of the game. 8 rebounds. Give him a 38-second break. Use the end of the quarter timeout. So a little extended break here. This is how you steal some extra minutes for Nick. Lee being their playmaker so far. Drives, kicks it out. Open look. A little short.
Good ball fake. The shots from distance just not falling for the Tigers, but North Little Rock turns it over in the backcourt.
Withers got the rebound. It looked like he was turning to dribble and go up court and lost control of it and goes out of bounds, so Bentonville will take over. Down 5. North Little Rock on an 8-0 run. Bentonville's missed their last 7 shots.
More than 3 minutes without a point for the Tigers, and that's allowed North Little Rock to open up a 16-11 advantage as we tick down to the closing seconds of the first.
Lee looking for some help. Lee needs some help. He got it finally. Ware there, all ball. That's the way the first quarter will end, with Ware getting another block. North Little Rock leads it 16-11 after 1. Stick around. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Is now a session.
You can join the basketball conversation on social media. Just use the hashtag ARPBS Sports.
After a fast start for Bentonville, things have really slowed down. Part of it's the North Little Rock defense, and Ware has been a part of it, but Bentonville's missed some open shots.
They have. They knocked down the first 2 3-pointers, opened up a 6-0 lead. They've hit just 1 of their last 11, 2 of their last 13. That's why North Little Rock was not only able to get back in the game, but take the lead. But if you're Bentonville and Coach Dick Rippey, you don't have to change anything because you're getting the looks that you want. They're just not going down.
Bentonville 1 of 6 from the 3-point line. North Little Rock just 1 of 7. Make it 1 of 7 now for Bentonville as Lee misses. Smith bringing it up the court. Corner to Frederick.
See Bentonville just.
Washington hammers the boards after the miss. You just see that. So Nick Smith pulls it out, looks over to Kellel Ware, gives him a signal, gets the screen from Ware, and immediately just tosses it up to him.
Big Ware just flushes that one down, the Washington miss. And now you're exactly right. Smith wanted to get that to a set, immediately got what he looked, and now he gets the offensive putback.
Lee throws it up, no good.
And 10 in blue, Wes, is affecting every aspect of this game right now.
Washington, no good. Smith just rips it away, gets it to Frederick. Back to Nick, 3, bam.
And Coach Dick Rippey wants a timeout, and that's just how quickly North Little Rock can turn it on. What was 16-11 at the quarter, and 2 possessions later, it's a double-digit lead.
Ware just gets this crowd going and his teammates with the emphatic dunk. And then here's the 3.
Smith just catches it, steps right into it, no hesitation, and smooth strokes it from the right side. You can tell he is fired up. You mentioned he wants that championship. He's playing like it, 12 points already in the first 9 minutes of game time.
Smith 4 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3-point line. Hit all 3 of his free throws, has 4 rebounds. Give him an assist also. A pretty good start for Nick Smith. 8 minutes, 12 points.
Khalil Ware, of course, you can't overlook him too much, but already 7 rebounds. North Little Rock with a 15-10 rebounding advantage. That's led to some 4 second chance points. Everything right now that Bentonville needed to do, slow down Nick Smith, make sure Ware doesn't destroy you on the glass. They're not handling those 2 things, and they're down double digits early.
And you got to give North Little Rock some credit, too, for putting some defense on Lee. They know that's the guy who wants to, who makes Bentonville go. He's 1 of 8. And he's missed some open shots, but then there have been a lot of shots with hands in his face, or he's got Ware coming by affecting his shot.
Maybe trying to do a little too much because a couple of those 3-pointers are well beyond the line, 2-3 steps beyond the arc. Maybe he thinks he's got to step back to get a little extra room.
Josh Evans in the game right now. He's guarding Lee. Bentonville working it patiently on this drive, or this possession. A drive to the basket. There's the Ware factor right there. Open look and decide not to take it. Ware again, draws the contact. They're going to call the foul.
Yep, 2 times on that possession alone. Bentonville drove. Normally you take it strong to the rim, but Khalil Ware able to alter the shot or alter the thought process, but Hutchinson finally attacks and draws the foul.
And even Hutchinson, when he goes up, watching when he goes up, he's looking. I love how he goes for the contact. He drew that contact. Maris back into the game for North Little Rock. Free throw's good. That cuts the lead to single digits. Look at Hutchinson on Ware. Did you notice that?
They've been running a few different bodies and making sure that he doesn't get position that he wants inside.
A foul call on the floor. They're going to call Corey Washington. He is the one who ended up with the rebound.
They end up calling that on Ware, West. They said he held, and now Bentonville's in the bonus with 6:14 to play. And that's 2 fouls on Ware in the span of 30 seconds. So a pretty clean first half, and now you've got foul trouble for the big man.
Oh, he just got a technical foul. He walked by Hutchinson and gave him an elbow. I was watching him walk down. He was just shaking his head, and he gave him a little elbow when he walked past Hutchinson at the free throw line. So now he's going to have to come out of the game.
Yeah, so that's a game-altering decision there by Ware, as he's got 2 fouls and all of a sudden now 3. He's going to have to sit for the rest of this quarter and maybe some in that third.
Yeah, if he picks up a quick foul in the third quarter, then that's 4 fouls he has to sit. First free throw is good.
I don't know if you have a good look at the replay of that, but Wes, you say you saw it, just gave him a little flipper.
Yeah, it was obvious. I saw it. And when I heard the whistle, I knew exactly what had happened. The official saw the same thing.
And there's a quick reaction there. So you get the 2 free throws of the personal foul, now the 2 for the technical and the basketball.
Bentonville not capitalizing on this. They had an opportunity to have possibly a 7-point possession. Make all 4 of your free throws, hit a 3, 7 points. They've already missed 2 free throws. So they go 2 for 4, get 2 of the points. It's a 7-point game now.
You just want more from your superstar. Ware's got to know the time, the situation, know that all eyes are going to be on him.
Quick 3. No good. Smith with the rebound. Off balance there. I don't know if that was quite the shot they wanted from Harrison Hicks. Smith drives in, gets the basket. Nope, say the foul occurred before the shot. I think it did. Not the NBA, but he'd have gotten that in the NBA in a couple of years, but not right now.
But now this is Nick Smith time, and more so than it already was. With Ware out of the contest, Marius is a good shooter. We talked about Frederick in the pregame. 14 in blue is going to take this contest over, or at least try to.
Bentonville brings in a couple of players. Smith, 14-footer, no good. That's Corey Washington going up and jumping. I don't know if I agree with that one. That's just athleticism. If you can go up and jump above everybody and grab the rebound, I don't think you should be penalized for it.
I agree. The officials deem that he went through the defender.
You see, good look at the replay. It wasn't even blocked out.
Yeah, that's a tough call there.
Cade Miller will go to the free throw line. Sophomore, 6'9". He makes his free throw.
Well, Miller's not the most aggressive on the offensive end. He's got the 5 rebounds, a solid free throw shooter. Once he gets a little older, gets a little more touch around the basket, he's going to be a force.
And he's going to get stronger, too. I mean, just more mature. He'll become bigger. You get bigger, you get more confident down in that low post. Rebounding, offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. It's just part of the maturity process. He's going to be a very nice player.
He's already got the knack for rebounding, looks for contact, looks for the call a little too much, but again, outstanding player, and he's got the one thing you can't coach, and that's height.
Yep, 6'9". Heck, he may still be growing. Who knows how tall he could be. Lee pulls up, 3-pointer, no good. Good offensive rebound. All of a sudden, you don't have Kal-El Ware in there, and Bentonville's able to attack the glass. That's a walk, right? Yep, there's a walk. No,
they said that the ball was deflected. He's juggling the possession. I thought I heard a whistle. I guess it was a squeak of the shoe.
I think it was a shoe squeak.
And all of a sudden, this game that was 10 cut to 3.
3-point game. See how North Little Rock handles a little adversity. Smith with it. Gets a screen, doesn't use it, crossover.
That's elite level stuff, Wes. Behind the back, freezes the defender. Easy 6'8"-footer.
With a 6'9" defender in your face, trying to block your shot. 3, deflected. Corey Washington with it. Washington fouled. Be the 5th team foul on Bentonville.
Yeah, just a frustration foul there by Hutchinson. Got the shot blocked, commits the defensive foul, 75 feet from his own hoop.
Might not have been a bad foul, honestly. North Little Rock break. Yeah. Smith's going to give it up to Maris. He wants it back. Washington not being guarded. Washington can shoot a little 15-footer anytime he wants it. Smith fouled. Called that one on Lee, Jalen Lee.
This is what you can't do if you're Bentonville, is just repeatedly put Nick Smith at the foul line, because he will, well, of course I spoke that to his existence, but he'll kill you at the strike.
Lee put out his right hand almost just to kind of deter or maybe even to distract Nick Smith. And when he did, it grazed and kind of hit his elbow when he was shooting. I mean, he hit his elbow when he was shooting it, but it wasn't a hard foul. That's why the Bentonville fans were so upset. Tigers working it around on offense, trying to cut into this 6-point deficit. Lee drives underneath the basket and drops it off to the big man, but he can't finish.
It's not strong enough. Got to attack the basket there. Kind of fading away was Miller.
Smith gives it up to Frederick. Corner three short. Ingram's there. He gets a shot blocked.
He's got good explosiveness, does Miller, around the rim. He can get up in a hurry and alter shots.
Lee drives to the basket. Nobody home.
Jalen Lee is so explosive off that first dribble. Talked about it with Nick Smith, how quick he is off the bounce. Lee's got similar quickness, able to get to the 10.
Nick Smith inside to Ingram. He gives it to Washington. Washington tries to muscle it up. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Frederick's on the ground with it. He comes out with it. Smith to the basket.
So he traveled. This might be a much-needed timeout for North Little Rock. Maybe settle down.
North Little Rock leads by 4. Johnny Rice doesn't understand that call. We'll take a break. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
There's well over 2,000 Arkansas rice farms. 96% of them are family owned and operated.
It's all about building community.
The results we've been seeing have been very promising.
I grew up watching the farm, knowing every detail about it.
If you take care of the soil will take care of you.
It helps us to give back to the land and make sure that it's going to be there for future generations.
Every community has a story to tell, and if somebody will tell it, it'll be interesting.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
We on that next level. We on that next level.
Coming up at halftime, join us to see our summer learning adventure, revisit a tough history with a famous Trekkie with Arkansas ties, and blast off our education lesson out of this world. All coming up on the Arkansas PBS halftime show, sponsored by Electric Co-ops of Arkansas.
North Little Rock was threatening to run away with this thing, but Bentonville has outscored North Little Rock 9-8 in the second quarter, and they've got a chance to cut into the lead some more. Trying to get it inside to Miller. Good defense from the Wildcats. Corey Washington gets on the ground. Gets it out to Nick Smith. Smith spinning off the glass. No good. Another good board from Miller.
7 rebounds now for Miller. Lee tried to throw it up for the big man, but nice job on North Little Rock on that last possession to prevent it.
3 from the corner. Bounces out.
Gearman's hit a couple threes last week. The 6A state tournament off the bench. He's 0 for 2 from distance to start tonight.
Maris tried the 3, but it came up short. Nick was telling him, hold on, right when he shot it. That can't help you shot much when your teammate's saying, no. Lee drives to the basket, a little fade away, jump shot's good. That's a nice shot from Lee.
He recognized that he didn't have the size there. Smith could block the shot. She uses the distance, and now Bentonville, within 2.
Smith gets a screen from Ingram. Finds Maris wide open, all alone, knocks it down.
Maris hit his first, missed 5 in a row, then that finally knocks that one down.
2 for 6, 33%.
We'll take it.
That was a big one. North Little Rock needed that desperately.
We kind of saw it a little bit in that previous game. North Little Rock jumped out to a big lead. Northside would make a run, but then North Little Rock would make the big play to prevent them from coming all the way back. Might put a pencil star by that one, how big that 3 was to stop the run for the Tigers.
And Nick Smith drives in, all eyes on Nick. Lee comes over to stop the penetration, leaves his man, and Maris is wide open. Into Miller. Miller gets it out. A little 3-point shot. Hicks knocks it down.
Great ball movement, the extra pass there. Then Hicks uses the shot fake, creates a 3-point opportunity for himself, and he drills it.
You see that, just 2 defenders on Nick pretty much at all times. Maris wide open again. Corner 3, good.
Get a hand up on number 1 for North Little Rock. He's hit 3 now.
One of the few turnovers from Bentonville. That is turnover number 4 for the game. They have done such a great job of taking care of the basketball. North Little Rock has too. They've only committed 3 turnovers. A well-played game.
That was a good decision, just poor execution. Had him in the front court, behind the defense, just outgunned him.
Nick's going to get it, take it over. Here's got 14 seconds on the shot clock. Gets a screen. Head up looking. He'll take a 14-footer, get fouled. Just got there to the free throw line, extended, step in, jump shot. A lot of hands, a lot of contact. He'll go to the free throw line.
It's 2 now on Hicks. Really no sort of foul trouble for Bentonville to speak of. And I thought that might have been a clean swipe at the ball, but deemed otherwise.
I think Hicks got the ball cleanly, but then as he's coming down, he just kept going all the way down his arm, down to his elbow, and that's when they called a foul. And that's being strong, too, as a shooter. You know, a lot of times you put your hand on the ball, and that ball is coming out, and you're bringing it down with your hand. Smith goes perfect at the free throw line. He's up to 17 points.
Tigers have a chance to hold for the final shot. They're down 7.
Everybody left him. Goes to the basket. Great play. 5 seconds to go. Smith, he sees the clock. He knows what he needs to do. Everybody runs to Smith. Shot at the buzzer off the front of the rim.
If you're Bentonville, Wes, you certainly take that first half. Within striking distance, the big man's got 3 fouls for North Little Rock. You like where you're sitting if you're North Little Rock as well, because you've got the lead going into the half.
32-27, charging Wildcats. Second half action coming up. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Join us this summer for Blueberry's Clubhouse. We'll see a whole new crop of friends for the very best adventures in Arkansas.
That's phenomenal!
Good work, friends! We did it! Blueberry's Clubhouse returns this summer, only on Arkansas PBS.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Bank. OZK Arena. Wes Moore, Bobby Swafford with you. It's halftime of the boys 6A state championship game. North Little Rock leads it 32-27. It was a crazy half, a half of runs. Bentonville comes out strong, then North Little Rock goes on a run, and you think they may be on their way to blowing this thing out. Flail Ware picks up his second foul as they're walking down the court. He gives a little elbow, a little chicken wing to the free throw shooter, and gets a technical foul. That's his third foul. He goes to the bench. Then Bentonville goes on a run, makes it a game.
if you're either team, I feel like you like where you're at, especially if you're Bentonville. Nobody thought you had a chance to be even in this game, let alone with only down 5 at the half. Shots weren't falling. We talked about Jalen Lee. He's getting good looks. They're just not going down. 3 of 11 for the leading scorer for the Tigers in that first half. Nick Smith doing what Nick's expected to, but Charles Maris has been the difference. 3 3-pointers. That's why North Little Rock's got a lead, but we're going to have a very interesting final 2 stanzas.
Yeah, Maris with 3 threes. He has more than Bentonville combined. Bentonville's 2 for 12. Stick around. Second half action right around the corner. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
It's halftime again, and here we are back in the Arkansas PBS studios for the last game of the day, game number 4. I'm Ed Leon.
And I'm Julie Thomas. Don't go anywhere because we've got some cool stuff in store for you before we get you back to Hot Springs.
Yes, indeed. You know, we've seen a lot of basketball today, and in between we've been able to share with you just a little bit about what we offer here at Arkansas PBS when we aren't working on sports.
That's right. We've seen everything from small-town blacksmithing to hip-hop students making a difference in the Arkansas Delta. And that is just a little bit of what we do here.
It is, and there is so much more we'd like to share with you, like this clip from our educational programming for Arkansas students, the Summer Learning Series, Rise and Shine.
It's time to rise and shine.
The thing that's really cool about science is whether you're looking into the microscopic universe or into the stellar universe, it's all connected.
Science and reading skills, math and art, color wheels.
Can you make a blender sound? Here we go. Out pops my B and L, which makes a bl. Can you say that sound? Blah. 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 Yeah, I love it.
It's a great day to learn and build and grow.
Good morning, my dear, sweet, beautiful, brilliant students of Arkansas.
Well, this is Isla. Isla is a green-winged macaw, so these feathers help her blend into the rainforest where she lives, and it also helps her fly.
Hey everybody, it's that time again. It's math time.
One of my favorite things to do as a kindergarten teacher is to read books to my students, and I brought one of my favorite books with me today to read to you guys.
This is called a bubble level, and when you get the picture hung just perfectly, that bubble will settle in right here in the middle.
Tristan's gonna help us out. Tristan, do you like looking at the night sky?
I love it. You're a great student, so you know that you can rise and shine. Get up on your feet. It's time to rise and shine.
Rise and Shine is such an impactful summer program, and we're always looking for a great way to combat learning loss over the summer months, and this really helps our kids.
It does, and we're happy to announce that Rise and Shine will be back this summer with all new content, so keep an eye out for that.
Right, look for it this summer wherever you like to watch, on the PBS video app, on our website, or on our YouTube channel, and of course, the way you're watching right now.
Another project we're really excited about is Arkansas Memories. This is a collaboration with the Pryor Center for Arkansas Oral and Visual History that brings to life important moments and people in Arkansas.
I celebrated my 5th birthday, and it was a few weeks after that the soldiers came. We saw 2 soldiers marching up our driveway, and literally at gunpoint, we were ordered out of our home.
And so you end up in a place called
Rohwer, R-O-H-W-E-R, Arkansas, locked up. And the amazing thing is, thousands of young Japanese American men and women went from behind those barbed wire fences, leaving their family in imprisonment to fight for this country. those that perished on those bloody battlefields and had their coffins covered with the American flag. Those flags were brought back to their wives or their parents still behind American barbed wire fences. Those incredible, crazy young men who fought and died for this country, they were the greatest generation. They made my America possible.
Such powerful stuff and such a deep archive there at the Pryor Center. So many stories.
It really is deep, from sports figures to music, art, and politics. Impressive figures throughout Arkansas history are represented there, and we can't wait to share those with you.
That's true. But you know, to do that, we need your help. We're a partnership here, and we can't share these stories without you. We'd love for you to be part of what we're doing. So sign up and get exclusive sneak peeks at what's headed your way, and share your thoughts on what you'd like to see more of.
Yes, please do that. Add your voice to the conversation. Let's go to Marge Betley with the Arkansas PBS Foundation. She's going to let you know how to do just that. Marge?
Thanks, Ed. I know we're short on time, so real quick. All we're asking is that you take a moment and go to our website, myarpbs.org/signup. Give us your email address and join the conversation. And if you love what you're watching, text SPORTS to 501-491-0444 and donate just $10 to help us bring you many, many more Arkansas stories. Ed, Julie?
Thanks, Marge. Ed, do we have time to head to outer space?
Only if we do it at warp speed. Last fall, Arkansas PBS helped students at the Nettleton STEAM Intermediate School do a live uplink, think about that, with NASA, with the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. Here's a clip from that event. To the stars and back, Arkansas students on a mission with NASA.
Hello, my name is Carter Massey, Emily Perez, Allison Moss, and I'm a 4th grader.
I can tell you are a scientist in the making. That is a great question.
You are representing every young person in Arkansas who loves exploration.
I can't wait to see what you'll discover.
That was a first for Arkansas and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for those kids.
Yeah, how cool is that? I hope y'all watch it. It's just another example of the value and service that we offer here at Arkansas PBS.
And we know you love our sports broadcasts, but we have so much more to offer. Go to our website and take a look. You're going to love what you find.
That's going to do it for the halftime crew, for Julie, Marge, and all the production team here at Arkansas PBS. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. Now, let's get you back to Hot Springs for more championship action on your home for the Arkansas Basketball State Finals, Arkansas PBS.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Welcome back out to Bank OZK Arena. There you see the score, North Little Rock by 5, and they're just now coming out onto the court. They won't get a whole lot of shooting before this second half starts. Maybe they need a little bit more shooting. 11 to 31 from the field, 35%. They aren't making their free throws, and that's been big. Nick Smith, a big part of that, but 85% from the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the box score, and the score is pretty indicative of what's going on in this contest. Pretty clean either way. It kind of what you expect in a state championship game is one big run here in the second half could very well determine this, whether it's North Little Rock pulling away or if Bentonville hits a run. Maybe everybody starts rooting for the underdog. Maybe this big crowd starts going against the heavy favorite, and you never know what happens.
And you got to feel like the pressure's on North Little Rock.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, no one thinks Bentonville's going to win this game, right? Even now, who knows if Bentonville's going to win this game? So it's all icing on the cake for them. There's no pressure on them. And so the longer this game goes, with it being a close game, I think the better the odds for Bentonville go up, because it's going to be tighter and tighter for North Little Rock.
Yeah, and you mentioned the three-point shooting. Bentonville just 2 of 12 to start the half. North Little Rock basketball to open up the second half. But if they start shooting it at a better clip than they did in the first half, maybe more in line with they're used to shooting, 35% for the season, things could get real interesting in the final 16 minutes.
North Little Rock's charge of Wildcats, throw it in. Here we go. Maris with it out top.
They're just double teaming Ware. They're putting Hutchinson kind of face guarding the big man, trying to get him limit the touches.
Maris in the corner. Corey Washington, 15-footer, will not go.
You mentioned that earlier. He's got that 15-footer in his bag of tricks. I think that's a good shot for North Little Rock. This didn't go down.
Washington's now 1 for 7. Good defense. They cut off. Hutchinson. Ware with it. Ware gets it over to Nick Smith. Layup's good.
Yep. Turnover leads to quick points for North Little Rock. Pretty clean first half in that category for Bentonville. Turnover early here in the third, though.
Ware was very cautious when he was dribbling down. Bentonville was setting up to take a charge, but Ware got rid of it and stopped before any contact.
Playing with 3 fouls is always tough. Miller inside.
You saw Ware then. He decided not to try to go block it. But his foot just missed it.
Ware's just presence inside, though. Just altered that shot. Miller tries to go for the reverse. He missed the bunny.
Smith couldn't pull it down. Lee. So that's Ware again. He goes up and under instead of taking it up strong because he knows Ware's right there. It just changes the entire game with Ware in there. Hutchinson drives in, turns, he sees Ware. Oh, good pivot. Cannot finish. Smith with it. He's going to take it hard to the basket. He gets fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line again. Hayden Shanks called on the foul.
Just the presence of Khalil Ware inside is just, he's altering shots when he's 5 feet away from a ball handler or an attacker. It's just, they've seen so much film. There's so many games they hit coming from the opposite block and erasing them at the rim. I mean, it's something that's in your mind that you can't convince yourself to go strong because you know he's inside.
The threat of a 7-footer in the paint will scare you off. And there are times, we've seen it already this half, he wasn't going to block the shot. He was really out of position, or he didn't want to risk taking the foul. But instead of taking it up strong, they're altering their shot to try to avoid the 7-footer.
I'm glad you used that term there, Wes. He averages 6 blocks a game. How many shots do you think he alters a game? 15, 20?
Bentonville needing some points. They haven't scored yet in the second half. Hutchinson will pull it, knocks it down. Abel Hutchinson with the big three.
Right over the screen and to step into it with confidence, and that's a big bucket to stop that mini run to open the quarter for North Little Rock.
North Little Rock tries to answer with the three. Ware tries to climb. He gets the loose ball, takes it up, gets fouled. They're going to call Miller on the foul.
Good strong take there by Ware. Goes right into the chest of Miller. Initiates the contact. Gets himself to the foul line.
North Little Rock had been 8 of 9 at the free throw line until that miss. And Smith had taken all 9. This is the first free throw North Little Rock has taken besides Nick Smith. Ware misses both. He's just shaking his head as he walks down the court.
Just frustrated. He's used to dominating games. Had to sit for most of that first half in foul trouble. Have not been as impactful as far as the scoreboard as he's used to.
Lee pulls it. No good. North Little Rock had 2 defenders, Smith and Washington, going after it. Smith comes out of there with it. Where double team comes, gives it up to Washington. Washington strong to the hole. They're going to call foul. Miller said, "Oh my goodness."
Didn't like the call. Doesn't get the benefit of it there, and now North Little Rock back to the line.
Just a second foul on Miller. North Little Rock goes back to the free throw line. Washington's good. Just Washington's 3rd point of the game. You know, their 3-headed monster hasn't been a monster tonight, at least scoring-wise. North Little Rock showed a little pressure off of the made free throw.
Nick Smith's done his part, but Ware and Washington have been pretty quiet.
Ware.
They tried the alley-oop there, and Ware just erased it at the rim.
It's good thinking from Lee. He thought, Lee thought, Ware's going to come block my shot, so I'm going to alley-oop it. Cupped it.
A volleyball spike almost.
He almost cupped it and brought it down. Corner to Hutchinson. Gets a screen. He drives in. Dumps it off to Miller. Miller gets it blocked.
He tried to use the rim as a protector, and he still got it.
Corey Washington with the finish. Frederick throws it up to him. Here comes Hutchinson.
Back to 10.
Miller goes up and gets fouled as he tries to tip it in.
I like the idea there for Bentonville. North Little Rock's got the momentum. They're on the spurt. You hadn't scored in some time. Miss your last 4 shots. Go immediately into the lane and create something and get to the foul line.
Miller's now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He's got a good looking shot. So he ends the run for North Little Rock. Second one is no good. North Little Rock outscoring Bentonville 8-4 so far in the third quarter. About halfway through the fourth quarter. Smith. Good defense from Bentonville. Washington takes it strong to the basket. He attacked the big 6'9" Miller.
Yeah, and he wasn't afraid of the size. Goes right to the rim, able to finish. Washington playing much better after the half than he did in the first.
Don't you think it helps Washington practicing against Ware sometimes? He's gone up against a 7-footer. Could have got Ware that time. He brought his hand down. I thought they were going to get him on the foul.
I think they could have gone both ways. I think it could have been an offensive foul. Either way, Miller there to clean up the mess. It's his first putback.
Miller with 4 quick points. Back-to-back possessions. Washington unguarded. They'll throw it away. Ware felt like he was held. He couldn't go get it because there's a guy at his feet. North Little Rock leads at 42-33. This is the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
A special thank you to Smokin' in Style Barbecue, 2278 Albert Pike Road here in Hot Springs, for providing food for our crew. Check them out.
For Bentonville, Abel Hutchinson leads the way in scoring. He's got 7. I should say Jalen Lee also has 7. But Lee is 3 of 14 from the field, 0 for 6 from the three-point line. For North Little Rock, it's been the Nick Smith show. He's got 21 points.
I feel like for Lee in Bentonville, he needs to see one go through the net. Whether it's in the foul line, in the lane, a deep shot, will start to settle in.
Lee drives in, dishes it in the corner. Hutchinson hasn't been afraid to penetrate and go inside the lane tonight. That time he gets stripped from behind by Washington. Smith on the way to the basket. Probably a smart foul.
Trey-Cal gives it up on the outside and avoids any fast break or highlight reel opportunity.
Just that is the 4th team foul on Bentonville. North Little Rock just 1 foul in the third quarter. We're going to get Bentonville. Is that on Hutchinson? That's just them kind of leaning on Kalel Ware. Playing physical when you're smaller like that. You got to play a little physical, get down low. They're trying to get it into Ware. He's getting a lot of attention. Washington takes it inside, tried to dump it off to a teammate. They can't connect. Here comes Bentonville in the fast break, and there's that bucket that you said Lee needed to get. Sometimes it is a simple layup that gets you going.
Nice job to run the floor, 2-on-1, perfect execution. Nick Smith thinks better of giving up the foul, allows the easy lay-in.
Smith is going to take it to the basket. Little 10-footer on the baseline's good. He just makes it look easy.
It's not a bad job defensively. You cut Nick Smith off, you prevent him from getting to the rim. He just elevates and finishes in the mid-range.
Yeah, got a little hold there. Lee made a cut to the basket, and then he jumped back outside. When he did, North Little Rock's defender Felix Wade just kind of grabbed him. That's what a DB does on a double move from that wide receiver. You're about to get beat deep, you just grab him. Lee needs a little help. There he gets it. Xander Collins in the game. 3 from the corner, no good. Washington with it. Washington's fouled. I don't know if that was kind of an accident, just kind of ran into each other, or that Mason did it again to foul him just to stop the break.
Well, didn't really have numbers there, but it did almost look intentional. Going after the basketball there. Slow down the fast break chance.
Well, Bentonville's done a great job of preventing these highlight dunks for the most part. These fast break opportunities that North Little Rock's so good at. When they get out there running, they're fun to watch and then just explodes on you. Washington goes up, gets the rebound, throws it down. That's the athleticism of Washington right there. That's what makes him attractive for a lot of teams.
Strong finish inside. He's been active here in the second half. He's in double figures now.
Lee, aggressive move to the basket. Washington gets that rebound. That's a strong rebound. Here comes Nick Smith. He's looking for Ware. Couldn't get him, so he'll pull up 15-footer, partially blocked. He's got no on the run. Kick it out in the corner for the 3. Short.
Dearman's been short on all 3 of his three-point attempts.
Nick Smith. He looks over at Coach Rice. He says, point it over to Corey Washington. See if they're not going to work in the corner to Corey. Let him go to work. Nope. Harris, he decides not to pull it. 2 guys on Ware. One of them reaches across and is called for the foul. It's a 17th foul, so Ware's going to go to the free throw line. He missed both of his free throws earlier in the game.
Ware looks a little frustrated. He's not getting the ball more. He's establishing position. He may be getting frustrated with the way that he's being played defensively as they're running, as you've mentioned multiple times, two guys on him, essentially face guarding the big man on the block. It's making life difficult for him. It really feels like Bentonville's game plan was slow down Nick Smith if you can, prevent him from getting 50.
Yeah.
We're taking Khalil Ware out of this contest.
Yeah, if Nick Smith gets his 35 points, fine, so be it. Ware's not getting 20. 13-point lead for North Little Rock. Shot clock is off. Ware's been able to play this entire quarter without getting a foul. That's been big.
He doesn't have to go after shooters. Just his presence alters enough.
11 seconds left in the quarter. Ball's loose. Is that a foot or knee?
I thought it was a knee, but he had a better vantage point than I did. Was he supposed to? Calls the kick.
5.9 seconds. Here's a look at it. It was right off the knee. Ware there, good dish. Miller time right there, right? He finishes it strong to end the third quarter. 11-point game, 48-37. North Little Rock leads it. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
It's natural to be concerned with our kids' safety, but when they're riding the school bus, we shouldn't have to be. Illegally passing a school bus puts our children's lives at risk. That's why Everett is joining area schools to promote the Flashing Red Kids Ahead safety program. School bus safety is everyone's responsibility. Do your part. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. Remember, flashing red, kids ahead.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Back at Banco ZK Arena, glad you're with us. You want to join us tomorrow? We're just a third of the way done. Almost a third of the way done. Almost four down, 8 more to go. A lot of action tomorrow.
Mammoth Spring Norfolk girls tip tomorrow at noon. Right here, Arkansas PBS.
I know what I'll be doing at noon. Do you know what you're doing at noon?
On that game. I'll be here.
Nick Smith tries to get the steal. Can't get it. Lee has it. Gets a screen from Miller. There's Ware with him. Good handoff defensively for North Little Rock. Just a little stumble, a little wet spot on the court. Something causes him to slip, and ball goes off his leg, and add turnover for Bentonville.
I gotta believe these first 2 minutes of this quarter huge for Bentonville. They can get it to 8, stay within 8, stay within striking distance. They're gonna feel good about their chances.
Smith crossed the court. Wide open three. Off. There's Ware. It's one of those that I figure Ware should bring down and then take it back up.
And maybe that's the presence of Miller inside. He said the same thing the other direction in the first half.
Corner three, no good. Bentonville gets the rebound, but can't do anything with it. They'll keep the ball. Hayden Shanks had it.
Hicks and Shanks sparked that run to start the contest. Been pretty quiet since then, though. Need to get those two going, 10 and 15 in white, respectively. Somebody else other than Lee and Miller to carry the load.
Lee's knocked to the ground. Call that foul on North Little Rock's Nick Smith. Hey, that's Smith's first personal foul of the game. Sure is.
Sign of a good player. Play without fouling.
And he defends. He's not one of those guys that's just playing defense and avoiding foul trouble. He's out there playing hard.
He's been guarding Lee for most of the night.
Bentonville gets it in. Drive to the basket. There's Ware. High off the glass. No good. Miller gets the rebound. That's what happens when Ware goes to block it, doesn't get it. Miller should be there for every offensive rebound, and he's been getting those. Lee gets the contact, but then the shot is blocked. Ware with another block. Hutchinson takes it up strong. That was good. And he saw Ware and still took it right at him.
Hutchinson's proven he's the one forward for this Bentonville squad that is not afraid to attack Ware. He finishes in the lane.
Maris has hit a couple of big threes. Feel like he may need to hit another one before this night's over.
Got Ware one-on-one if they want it.
Watch Ty Frederick. He's capable of hitting a three. He's 0 for 3, but he can shoot it. Ware not even rotating to the ball. There's the big three.
I said the first 2 minutes were huge. North Little Rock, and Wade buries a three right at that 2-minute mark. Pushes the lead back into double digits.
Big time shot. Lee tries to answer. He does.
Big shot by Lee to answer back. 9-point game, 5.5.
I want to see Ware work for the ball. He's got to want it. See, you get it inside, you throw it out, wide open, three, bam.
Nice little ball movement, just the inside out. The defense has to collapse on Ware. Wide open three, and Wade, is knocked down back-to-back triples.
Frederick with it. He's going to pull it. But Maris is there for the rebound. Wade wants another one. 3 in a row. Rebound.
It's always those players that you don't expect who's going to rise to the occasion when it matters most. and a senior guard, 5'11", Felix Wade. Triple, 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 leads at 15.
Wade had missed his first 2 3-pointers on the night. He was 0 for 2, and then in the span of about a minute and a half, he's knocked down 3.
He just stepped into it with confidence. Almost the exact same spot on all 3 of them there for Felix Wade. And that's enough breathing room for North Little Rock. They probably feel pretty good. Game's not out of reach just yet. That's a much-needed breathing room for the Charging Wildcats. 15-point lead for North Little Rock. Bentonville did a great job of responding to the first 3. Lee buried one of his own. Then they've been unable to respond. The turnover, costly turnover. North Little Rock took it down the other end. Don't forget about the offensive rebound because Frederick missed. I believe it was Maris that got the offensive rebound. They kicked it and worked it around and found Wade. You just had that feeling when that ball left his hand. Yeah, you knew it was in.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. Second chance opportunities haven't been a huge factor in this. Just 9-7 overall. But those 3 right there came at a huge moment. And the crowd for North Little Rock, they can feel it. They feel a back-to-back state title tonight, as the girls won it earlier, taking down Northside, and the guys, they're 5 minutes away from claiming their own crown.
.508 to go. Bentonville has the ball. Shanks looking to throw it in. Got it to Hutchinson. Frederick on him. Nick Smith jumps out, tries to get the steal. Almost got it. They're going to call Frederick on the foul.
Yeah, North Little Rock and Nick Smith was wanting that breakaway for the highlight reel. 14 fouls on North Little Rock. So still not any threat of putting Bentonville at the line.
Hutchinson to Shanks. Miller. Washington with the block.
The length.
Lee gets the steal. Smith was wanting his breakaway. Offensive foul on Miller.
Miller might have established position there, but Frederick ran right into the hard pick. Forces the turnover.
It happened right in front of me, but honestly, I was watching behind the play. I was wanting to see what Nick Smith was going to do.
Anytime you see a collision like that, though, I mean, Miller is kind of standing there. Just enough for Frederick. They call it the offensive foul.
Smith motioning, trying to work it. What a crossover to the basket. Miller blocked it.
Miller just erased it at the rim. It was 6'9" forward for Bentonville. .42-57. Bentonville needs to get us some stops. Smith with it, drives in, puts it up, rattles it home. That's what the good ones have, the short memory. He gets his shot blocked, going up for the dunk, able to come right back, finish in the lane. Lead up to 17. Miller with it. Gets it over to Lee. He thought about it, goes to the basket, kicks it out, but it's picked off. Wade's playing a heck of a fourth quarter. Smith wants it, kicks it out, corner three, bang. They're just getting the contributions. This time Josh Evans buries a three in the corner. And Lee for Bentonville, he's gimpy. He came down awkward on that last possession, and Coach Dick Rippey's got to take a timeout. First basket for Evans, and that was a big one. North Little Rock's lead grows to 20. They're snipping a state championship in Hot Springs. Stick around. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank. Member FDIC.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Let me see it, bounce, 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 bounce.
You want to relive all the action from this contest or any of the other state finals? Just go to mmproductions.net, place your order. All the championship contests, whether you're talking basketball, football, baseball, softball, it's coming up in a few months. All right there, get yourself a copy or two.
Westmore, Bobby Swafford with you. Bobby, I got to admit, that surprised me when I looked up and it was a 20-point game. I didn't know it gotten out of control or gotten out of hand so quickly.
Three-point line will change things in a hurry. And North Little Rock has certainly heated up from distance. 11-0 run over the last 2 minutes or so. And Bentonville hadn't scored in 2.5 minutes. That's a bad recipe in the fourth quarter.
You know, Bentonville only has 10 turnovers in the game, but 3 of them have come in the last 2.5 minutes.
You know, North Little Rock has that switch. They can just turn on, especially on the defensive end. They can turn up. Not a lot of teams can match that kind of intensity.
Bentonville turns it over again. And that's the Ware factor. I don't know how many times we've said it, but, you know, Lee's driving in. He sees Ware. He knows he's got an open Miller. He tries to get it to Miller, but because those long arms, it wasn't a shot that he deflected. It was a pass that he interrupted or
just those passing lanes that are there against essentially everybody else aren't there against a front court that's got 7 feet and 6'7" and 6'5" and 6'4" in those lanes. And the length is just suffocating at times for North Little Rock's defense.
Disrupting. Smith trying to get it in to Ware. He does. Ware, double team. He gets fouled. So Ware will go to the free throw line. Throw that one on Hutchinson. Let's look at it. Let's take a look.
13 fouls, that's correct on Bentonville.
Ware for 3, short. Lee with it. Looking to drive, puts it up. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
One of the few times that Bentonville's been able to win the race down the floor and have numbers, try to get a shot in the lane. Pay attention to the box score. The fast break points, just 3 for North Little Rock, 0 for Bentonville.
What do you think about it? North Little Rock's had a couple of chances, and Bentonville did, I thought, a very smart heads-up play of fouling before they could get out on the run.
And the only really fast break opportunity that I can think of was the 2-on-1 that Jalen Lee got the layup. Nick Smith essentially got out of the way for.
2:15 to go in this one. North Little Rock still by 20. Nick looking in for Ware. 10 seconds on the play clock. Smith's going to work. He's just going to hit a 3. Try to hit a 3, I should say.
Looking for that exclamation mark.
Bentonville with a little runner. Hutchinson gets his own rebound. Good pass inside. Time they drew Ware outside, so the middle was wide open.
Now North Little Rock can slow this down. Bentonville not going to give up a foul. Work the full 35 here. Get yourself to that final minute, and you can start the countdown for the celebration.
5 fouls on Hutchinson. Tell you what, you got to give him a little pat on the back for the job he did trying to be a pest, honestly, more than anything to Kellel Ware. I mean, he just pushed on him and battled him, and it was a double team for much of the night. He got some help, but that'll wear you out trying to push on a big guy like that.
Yeah, right about it, his average, finished with 9 points, 3 rebounds. But you mentioned it, he was just an annoyance on the defensive ends. You know, he came into this contest knowing that he was going to have to put in a good 32 minutes on the defensive end. He held his own. Well, they've done a nice job of keeping Khalil Ware from taking over this contest, but just too little.
Bentonville making some mass substitutions. They're putting in a lot of their reserves. Expect Coach Rice probably will do the same here in a second. Looks like he put his starters back out there for one more play. And that's the play. Now you're seeing the mass substitution. Quick little timeout just so we can get the players in and out.
I mean, that's what's scary, Wes, is number 10 in blue, anytime he's not double teamed, he can do that to you. And he almost ripped the rim out of the socket. Oregon is getting a heck of a player. Arkansas is getting a good one too, by the way, as Nick Smith checks out for the last time as well.
Final minute to go in this one. Kickball. Leads back up to 20 for North Little Rock. It's a 13-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes. Bobby, you pointed this out earlier, but talk about consistency. Right now, North Little Rock has scored 16 points in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter.
And they didn't play perfect today. They played well, don't get me wrong. Bentonville gave them some problems at times. But North Little Rock is so deep and so talented. It takes a near flawless effort to take them down, and Bentonville wasn't up to the task tonight. And the fourth quarter was obviously huge. Bentonville was within striking distance in the fourth, but North Little Rock, when they needed to, put together a huge run, 16-7 here in the fourth.
45 seconds to go. North Little Rock will go to the free throw line. Davis will get a chance to get his name in the scorebook. He does. Smiles all around.
Senior can go out saying he scored in a state title game. Anything any better than that?
A victorious state title game. Miller still out there for Bentonville. Good shot. Williams knocks down the three.
Freshman there.
Ten seconds to go in this one. One more shot for Bentonville. Off the back of the rim. And there it is. North Little Rock wins the 6A state championship, their 6th state title in 11 years. Nick Smith goes down to the ground, his teammates on top of him.
A complete team effort. North Little Rock let Bentonville hang around, but when they needed to, they were able to extend it. And the best team in Arkansas caps their season with another championship.
Nick Smith finished with 25 points. Washington had 10, but maybe the biggest contribution of the night was Wade.
Yeah.
Felix Wade with back-to-back threes, a 9-point outburst. Really changed this game.
It did. I mean, that's right when Bentonville seemed to have a chance to get in this one, to make a run late. And Wade, as you mentioned, 3 straight trips down the floor. That right wing essentially the same spot. Triple, and the game was out of reach.
And Maris, we can't forget what he did in the first half, basically what Wade did in the second half.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Role players rise to the occasion. They always matter in big games, and North Little Rock got more from those guys than Bentonville did.
We'll talk to the star of the game and Johnny Rice when we come back. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Meandering through the southern half of Arkansas, Bayou Bartholomew holds the distinction of being the longest bayou in the world.
Consumer DNA testing, used by millions, but the results can be life-changing.
From outwitting rattlesnakes to aerial feats, cast of cheeky characters will reveal the secret to squirrels' success.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Take a look at the celebration for the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. 65-47, your final score. A lot of smiles for North Little Rock as they get two tonight. The North Little Rock girls win a state championship and the boys follow it up. We talked with Coach Fimple earlier this week, and he said, you know, all year we've been playing in front of big crowds because of they're coming to see the boys, and they know they better get there early, but they're also getting to see some good girls basketball, and tonight was the case. We got to see a good girls basketball game with North Little Rock, and then everybody stuck around to see the feature of the day, and Nick Smith and North Little Rock lived up to the hype.
Yeah, there's not anything that you and I can say that hasn't already been said about this North Little Rock team. Khalil Ware, Nick Smith, they're great players. But that supporting cast is really, really good, too. You mentioned the big shots that Wade hit, that Maris hit. Washington was huge in the second half, really opened up things for the offense as they celebrate with the championship trophy. You got to believe Nick Smith's about to take home the MVP award as well. 1 through 15, how many players on the roster? They contributed, and they're a reason why North Little Rock sitting on top of Class 6A.
12 players got into the game tonight for North Little Rock. And you think of the pace that North Little Rock likes to play at. You look at the turnover column. They only had 6 turnovers tonight. That's clean basketball.
Yeah, but not only clean basketball, and a lot of that's Johnny Rice. I mean, he knows that he's not afraid to get in his team. If they're playing out of control, trying to do a little too much, you know, he'll call timeout. Doesn't matter if he's up 15, up 30. He'll make sure they're doing it the right way.
And you mentioned it before we started this game, that Bentonville came in on a roll. They scored 89 against Conway, 59 against Bryant, and 74 against Fayetteville. Tonight, North Little Rock held them to 47 points.
And they just didn't shoot the ball well. Last week in the 6A state tournament, they shot it lights out in all 3 of those contests, especially the Conway game. Tonight, from the three-point line, Bentonville goes 5 of 22. They had good looks, especially in the first half, just couldn't get anything to go down.
They missed some open threes. They did miss some open threes.
Felt like if they would have got one of those to go, you know, cut the lead to 2, maybe tie the contest up. It felt like they would have ignited their crowd, maybe put the North Little Rock fans on edge. Just could not get that big timely 3 to go down.
We're still keeping an eye on North Little Rock as they celebrate. Nick Smith now, I see, has the MVP trophy for the state tournament. Thought that was a pretty easy call for North Little Rock. I mean, Ware was huge in the playoffs, and Washington had his moments, but Nick Smith led them the entire time. And we have Nick and Coach Rice coming over right now. We'll get everything set for these guys. Come on around, Coach. Johnny Rice joins us now. Woo! How you feeling right now, Coach?
Oh, I feel like 1,000 pounds off my chest.
Well, you told us, you've said it all year, you know, the pressure's on you because you've had everybody give you a hard time that anybody could win a state championship with those guys.
Oh, yeah.
But I tell you what, the way y'all played tonight, not anybody could coach this team to a state championship. That team played well.
I appreciate it very much. They bought into the team part of it, and not individuals. And we talked about it in the dressing room, don't leave no regrets of anything. And I thought the first half we did some very uncharacteristic things in the first half. I'm so proud in the second half that we just kept fighting and battling. And, man, Coach Bentonville did unbelievable, had an unreal game plan. Coach, they do a great job, and you got to give them a lot of credit for it.
You know, Nick Smith, Khalil Ware, everybody knows about those guys. But in the fourth quarter, when you guys needed to make a run, Felix Wade on 3 straight trips from essentially the same spot, knocks down 3 3-pointers, really put this game out of reach.
Yep, no, that was huge. Last year we had Kareem Cotton hit a couple big threes that they hadn't done a lot, and Felix jumped up right there. Both of those guys are football players. It tells me that you can play 2 sports, and that was huge. He wasn't scared of the situation. The stage wasn't too big for him, and he knocked down 3 huge shots that I'll never forget, and North Little Rock basketball I'll never forget either.
But you had it in the first half also. You had other guys step up at times. that's why I just thought it was so key with Ware out of the game with the foul trouble. You had other players step up.
Oh, exactly. And we played without Kalel a few times, and Alan Ingram came in, the senior, and battled and gave us some really good minutes. And I thought, since that we just got their best shot in the first half, and we're up 5. And so I was saying I wasn't worried. Yeah, I've been worried the whole time till about like a minute left in the game. But so I'm so proud of the guys, and I'm so excited for Nick Smith because I personally see how hard he has worked all year. And for us to be able to help him get a state championship ring, that means everything to me.
Coach, thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir. Well done.
We'll get Nick over here. Nick's coming in. He is the MVP of the state tournament, and now he's a state champion. And we've heard it all year, really, that you've done a lot. You've had a ton of awards, but you hadn't won a state championship. Well, you can cross that off now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody say like you get all this extra stuff, but he's not a winner. I just try to go in and win, and my family made the right move to move to North Little Rock, and I came out a winner. I don't need to know what to say right now. So what I'm saying, I'm just blessed.
Bentonville came out and they gave you their best shot. They're down 5 at the half. What was the message at halftime, and what did you do in the second half that helped you create some distance?
I knew it was going to be a dogfight coming out. Those first 5 minutes, I told the team that, don't get rattled because, they're going to make big shots, and that's what they did. They came out and played hard. They weren't going to lay down. And this is a state championship. I'm pretty sure they have guys on that team that won this championship, and, they're a good team. But, we just came in and played our basketball, and we came up on top.
Fourth quarter, it was getting a little close. Felt a little tight in here. And then Felix Wade. 3 straight threes.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Felix ain't made 3 threes the whole season, so it was kind of surprising to me to make threes. But Felix is a big player, a big time player. He played football. He made big time plays in football. So that's just in his gene, man. He came out. He played hard for us. He was key on defensively, and he came out and made big time shots for us. And that's basically what's kind of sealed the deal right there.
Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Well
there
done.
you go, the state tournament MVP, and now a state champion. As North Little Rock gets it done, they are your 6A state champions.
They just made the place. And how many times, Wes, you and I have seen state championship games in this state for 15, 20 years, and every time it comes down to that one key moment, that one player you don't talk about all season long, and they just both mentioned it. Felix Wade had hit 3 threes all year, as what Nick Smith just says, and he hits 3 in a row. The star-studded team relied on a role player to help put the game away.
Yeah, before the game, we're talking about Nick Smith, Kalel Ware, Corey Washington. Not once did anyone mention some of the other guys who stepped up and made the plays to win it. And that's what it takes, though, to win a state championship.
And when you look at the other side, if you're Bentonville and you say, hey, Felix Wade's going to beat you, take it. He's like, if somebody else is going to beat us other than those 3, you take that all day.
Here are your final stats. North Little Rock shoots 40% from the field. 8 of 24 three-pointers. That's 33%, and I think Coach will take that every game if you can make 33% as a team. Free throws, they shot free throws really well tonight, 76%, and only 6 turnovers.
Yep, they played well, but 31% for Bentonville, a team that probably shot 45% for the state tournament. So many shots in the lane that were altered just by the presence of Kalel Ware. Couldn't get anything easy. The big man Miller was limited inside, and that's what 7-footers do for you. They alter teams' games plans.
Well, 4 games down, but we get 4 more tomorrow and 4 more on Saturday. Right. We're just getting started. We'll be back here at noon tomorrow. We got the 1A games and the 2A games tomorrow, some small schools. We'll see some of the great crowds. The whole town will come out to Hot Springs to watch these games tomorrow.
County line in the state championship game for the first time since 1971. The Indian faithful is going to come out in droves.
That means it's been 51 years.
That's right. That's good
I
math.
was born in 71.
Oh.
So I turned 51 here in about 4 hours, so I know exactly what they're feeling like, what 51 years feels like. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching us. Be sure to join us back here tomorrow at noon at Bank OZK Arena.